In this video, we are going to show you the perfect itinerary for Liverpool, the most musical and passionate city in England. One of the questions we get the most is how to build a logical itinerary in the land of the Beatles without falling into the trap of thinking, you can see everything in a day trip from London. Many people make the mistake of spending only a few hours in the city taking a picture at the Beatles statue and missing the chance to feel the unique energy of the pubs on Matthew Street or to get emotional at Anfield Stadium. Liverpool is compact, but it is dense in history and emotion. To see the basics focusing only on the Band's museum and the docks, you need 2 days. But to do the full tour of Paul and John's childhood homes, visit the 2 grandiose cathedrals and explore the hipster neighborhood of the Baltic Triangle, we recommend 3 to 4 full days. That is why we have prepared a super complete 4-day itinerary with the best of Liverpool so you do not waste time. So let us get started. What is the best time to visit Liverpool? The city is on the coast and receives the wind from the Irish Sea. The best time by far is from May to September. The days are long, the temperature is pleasant, and you can enjoy the outdoor festivals. Summer, July, and August is lively, and the city is full of life. Winter is harsh, very windy on the docks, and gets dark at 3:30 in the afternoon, but the Christmas lighting at Liverpool 1 makes up for the cold. And how many days to stay? The number one mistake is underestimating Liverpool. The recommended minimum is 2 full days. The ideal is 3 or 4 days to live the city like a local Scouser. Now, let us get to the day by day. Day 1. The arrival and Beatlemania. Arrive by train at Liverpool Lime Street Station. The building is Victorian and impressive. Upon leaving, you already see St. George's Hall, which served as a set for movies like Fantastic Beasts. Walk to the Royal Albert Dock. It is the most beautiful red brick dock complex in the world and a UNESCO heritage site. Start by visiting the Beatles story. It is the official museum of the band. You go through their history with an audio guide passing replicas of the Cavern Club and Abbey Road Studio. Reserve at least 2 hours. Have lunch right there at the docks overlooking the water. In the afternoon, board the magical mystery tour bus. It leaves from Albert Dock and takes you out of the center. You will see Penny Lane, the red gate of Strawberry Field, and the houses where the 4 members grew up. It is the only way to see these locations in an organized way. End the night on Matthew Street. Enter the legendary Cavern Club. Go down the stairs and feel the heat of the place where they played almost 300 times. There is live music every day starting in the afternoon. Staying in a good region will make your trip much easier. The strategy in Liverpool is to stay in the center to do everything on foot. The first option, and the most scenic, is the Royal Albert Dock. You sleep inside history overlooking the River Mersey, but it is the most expensive region. The second option is Liverpool City Centre, close to Lime Street Station and Liverpool 1 shopping mall. It is practical, full of shops and restaurants. The third option is Rope Walks. It is the bohemian neighborhood near Bold Street, perfect for those who want nightlife and cool bars. We created this personalized map that explains exactly which is the best region. Staying near the docks or Lime Street, you cannot go wrong. We will leave here on the screen QR code and in the video description the link to this map. We created them on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices and free cancellation. And remembering that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to set up your entire trip for the lowest price. The sites we use to build our trips and that have everything much cheaper, such as international eSIM cell phone chip to have internet travel insurance with discount mandatory. In Europe, tickets for the Beatles Museum and Anfield that sell out good and cheap hotels we have already stayed at. And the global account. Save this page in your favorites. Day 2. The river, the Graces and the cathedrals. Start the day at Pier Head. Take the classic photo with the bronze statue of the Beatles walking on the street. Look up and admire the 3 Graces, the 3 majestic buildings that define the city skyline, highlighting the Royal Liver Building and its giant birds on top. Take the ferry for the ferry, cross the Mersey tour. The music plays on the boat and you see the city from the water. It is a classic. Have lunch on Bold Street. It is the most gastronomic street in the city, full of independent restaurants from all over the world. In the afternoon, walk along Hope Street to see the 2 cathedrals that are at opposite ends. First, the Metropolitan Cathedral. It is Catholic modern round and nicknamed Patty's Wigwam. The interior with colorful stained glass is psychedelic. Then the Anglican Cathedral. It is the largest cathedral in Great Britain. It is Gothic, huge, and somber. If you have the breath, climb the tower for the highest view of the city. Day 3. Football and hipster culture. Even if you do not like football, go to Anfield Stadium, the home of Liverpool FC. Take the stadium tour. It is chilling to see the dressing room touch the "This is Anfield" sign and sit in the cop stand. The Club Museum is also fantastic. Return to the center and have lunch at Baltic Market. It is in the Baltic Triangle neighborhood. It is an old industrial zone full of warehouses that became craft breweries, art spaces, and street food markets. It is the youngest and coolest place in the city. Spend the afternoon exploring the street art of the neighborhood, including the famous liver wings for photos. Play a round of psychedelic mini golf at Golf Fang, or go to the Peaky Blinders bar located nearby in the Old Canes Brewery. Day 4. Free museums and library. Go to the cultural region near Lime Street Station. Enter the Liverpool Central Library. Go straight to the Picton Reading Room. It is a round reading room with wooden shelves up to the ceiling that looks like a set from Harry Potter or Beauty and the Beast. It is free and quiet. Next door is the World Museum. It has an aquarium, a planetarium, and an incredible Egyptian collection. It is also free. If you have time, go through the tunnel or take the train to Crosby Beach. That is where the art installation. Another place is located with 100 life-size iron statues scattered across the sand and sea, which disappear when the tide rises. It is a surreal and melancholic setting. End your trip having dinner on top of a building with a view like the restaurant at the Inside Hotel watching the illuminated city. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. On the spot, it is always more expensive, and the most famous tourist spots like the Beatles story and the Anfield tour can have long lines or sell out on match days. We will leave in the screen QR code and in the description the link to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Everything at the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. An important tip is about transportation. Liverpool city center is very walkable. You will hardly need transport. To go to Anfield or the Baltic Triangle, use Uber, which is cheap, or local buses. Do not rent a car. Parking is expensive and unnecessary. Quick gastronomy tips. You need to try scouse. It is a meat stew with potatoes and vegetables that is the soul of the city. Maggie May's restaurant serves a traditional one. Also try gin, as the city has several craft distilleries. Mandatory documentation for international tourists. Visa. Most Western citizens do not need it for tourism up to 6 months, but check the ETA electronic authorization coming soon. Valid passport. Travel insurance. It is highly recommended. The health system NHS charges tourists dearly. We never travel without it, and in the link in the description there is the comparator we use. And how much does it cost to eat? Liverpool is cheaper than London. A dish in a pub or restaurant on Bold Street costs between $15 and $23. A beer costs about $6. And what to do at night? Matthew Street is touristy and noisy fun for one night. For something more local and student-like, go to Concert Square, a square full of clubs. For something more alternative and cool, stay in the Baltic Triangle. If you like this detailed itinerary, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much and safe travels.